What's up, masters of business? How are you doing? So, I gave this video this crazy name because I am pretty certain that it is going to be one of those showstoppers. And so it says black businesses will fail if we don't go online. And so I'm here to offer some encouragement, call some people out, and just really talk about my mindset and how I'm looking at the mindset of other entrepreneurs that are surrounding me. And so this whole thing with coronavirus, the quarantine, Brother Bedford is coming in here, giving us this information, the light and the darkness and, what's going on, recession versus depression numbers and all of that good stuff, and still imploring us to do what we can do because we've got to take responsibility for shortening, decreasing the wealth gap and just all of this stuff. And so this is what I noticed before. Well, let me say this. For those of you that haven't gotten a chance to know me yet, my name is August Crenshaw. I am a business coach and sales coach. I predominantly work online. That's the way that I initiated my business. I do have local clients as well, but I make sure that I am here to capitalize on what the online arena has to offer. And so now, right now, in this moment, many black businesses are failing or they're going to suffer because they are non-essential and they are closed. But some of these businesses don't have to be suffering because many of you, due to the nature of the business that you function in, you could have had a stronger online component. We've already heard it a million and one times from different people that we are living in an era of intellectual property. And even if you do have a brick and mortar, there is a level of your expertise that could still be conveyed as a free training, as a book. And while you may not get rich from these things, you could become a go-to person. It could catapult you into speaking engagements. It could get you to get into more of the training aspect of what you do. We have to start thinking outside of the box based on the way that we show up. And so I'm here and I'm expressing this because of the kind of conversations that I have on a regular basis. Now, I'm not here to call out anybody in particular, but one of the reasons why black businesses fail because we don't have any humility. There's a lot of pride. And so a lot of us on our pictures, we have the perfect polished, photo. Hair is on point, the suit is on, and we look like professional business owners, but really all we are individuals that are toting labels. And then you may trip off of the person like me that's just always almost chilling in a t-shirt in this same room doing a video, not realizing that we really are hustling our business. We're still working with clients and we're constantly selling, whereas you've got the name and the title and the look, but many of you are not doing anything with your business. I also know that there are a handful of you in here that want to start a business. And so I know that I'm trying to make sure that I keep this where everyone can appreciate it, but I understand that this may lean more to the beginner or to the person who doesn't have the online component yet but needs to get it. If you just outright hardcore brick and mortar and you can't fathom what that looks like from an intellectual property side, then this video may lose you. But I still encourage you to listen because maybe where you can't see now, you can get some epiphanies later. Maybe you need to have a conversation with Brother Bedford because maybe he can open up your eyes to what that looks like for you. So many of you don't understand what it really truly means to build an audience. I was speaking to a sister the other day. She's like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of this Corona time. I'm getting ready to write a book and I'm going to put it out there. And it's like, that is a great, but you have not built an audience. And many of us as entrepreneurs, we fail. We don't build audiences because we take on techniques that a lot of our spammy counterparts take on. And all we're really doing is saying, click a link because you can get a house, click a link because you can take a training, click a link because you can get your healing, click a link because you can lose the weight. And we really don't understand the intimacy of what it really takes in order to understand how to market without marketing and then directly and deliberately market. And so many of you, I'm calling you out, whoever you are that you know that you're guilty. If I went to your Facebook personal page or your business page, what would it tell me about you? What would it tell me about you and what you do? Yeah, you may have written a book. Yeah, you may have some products. Yeah, you may have a service to offer, but too many Black people have not taken the time to truly lean in on what it means and what it looks like. We don't want to study copywriting. We don't want to take the marketing classes. We don't want to do the things that we need to do in order to understand that we could be getting a piece of the pie from all around the globe. And so right now, what I see, unfortunately, is I see a lot of my people going into excuse mode instead of produce mode, because you're constantly saying why what you have to offer will not work. So think about this. This quarantine moment is a moment for us to capitalize off of it, and not capitalize off of it in a negative way, but you are the solution. Many of you see, when you are online, you realize that you are an essential business. See, if you're brick and mortar, they may have said you're not an essential business, but as an online coach, I'm essential. As an online coach, you're essential, and I don't care what you do. Think about this. In the moment of quarantine, people are going to really be overwhelmed by the reality of what their lives look like. The quarantine time is going to magnify what's really going on, how you really feel about that spouse, how you really feel about your parenting skills, how you really feel about your weight loss journey, how you really feel about your depression, and how you feel about yourself, how you really feel about that natural remedy that you could be tapping into to heal yourself. And so when people are reflecting and thinking, you could be promoting. They may not buy anything from you right now, but you promote. Because everybody, this is another reason why we don't show up, because we always talking about, the wealth gap, white people got more money, so on and so forth. And it's true. But every Black person on the planet has not squandered their money. Plenty of us save. Plenty of us put money to the side. Plenty of us don't frivolously spend all of our money. Plenty of us live well below our means to make sure that we can accommodate ourselves in trying times like these. And so some people have some money, but many of you may not be making moves, and you may not be selling because you've internalized your brokeitis. So your situation is what you put off on someone else. But if you were out there marketing that you could finally help somebody who has to look at their spouse in the eye, they're going to pay for that marriage coach. For the person that didn't want to be their mama, but they find themselves sounding like their mama or their daddy, they're going to want to get that help raising their children. For that person that was already half-assing it at the gym and needs a solution with their health, they're going to tap into your diet plan or get onto that Zoom with you and be accountable for that workout. See, it's all about your vision. It's all about what you see. Even if you do finances, the consultation of making the plan of what is going to be coming out of Corona. And even if nobody moves and buys anything from you right now, if you stay at the top of people's mind because you keep showing up, you have something to give. And many of you have something to give, and it might feel weird to you because you only going to be quote unquote nickel and diming $20, $40, $50 here and there. But we all should have a low barrier of entry offer anyway. We all should have some form of a freebie anyway. We all should be building our list anyway. So it's about us getting back to fundamentals and doing the very basic things that we need to do to make sure that we are taking the charge to build our businesses and capitalize on these moments. This should be the most productive time in your life. And if you are unable to make it productive with the information that you know, then you team up with your brothers and sisters and give them what you know. So I'm not saying what this group has to be. I'm not saying how you have to show up. But do you all recognize that even though it may take me a week sometimes, that I come in here and I assert my expertise? If somebody in here should ever reach out to me and decide to work with me, I'm not going to be surprised. I earned that. There's somebody in here right now that is doing a collaboration with me, but it's not because because I, just gave them a great idea. It's because I have a track record. See, when you show up online, that is your digital resume. Being consistent and showing up so that person was able to not only talk to me and hear the vision, but she worked with me because she's able to see that what I said is actually who I am. So Black businesses, are you really, come on, my brothers and sisters, are you really making sure you're doing what you can do to begin to really hone in on the online component? Because for those of you all that thought that this, Black's best mentor for marketing and all of that stuff, and you were kind of listening to Brother Bedford, but you didn't necessarily zero in on the knowledge and the wisdom that he wanted to bring. Now you see even the more why when he says it, you need to lean in. And I've taken his marketing course, and I'm going to tell you, I've never seen somebody show up and serve, not a man, to the degree that he's had in my entire time in the online arena. So I just really want to encourage you all to step out of your comfort zone, because many of you already have products and services to provide, but you're not willing this moment. You're not taking advantage of this moment and saying, I will begin with what I have. So think of it as riding a bike. In order for you to learn how to ride a bike, you have to, as a child, go out there and be embarrassed. You get on the bike with the training wheels, and it's they got training wheels. When you take them off, you wobble and you may fall off. But that isn't what matters. What matters is you get up and eventually you take off. And so this is going to feel weird to some of you all. You may have to kind of get some guidance and have some training wheels. You may make a couple of mistakes. Trust me, your audience doesn't care about that. You do. As long as you show up with integrity, as long as you show up with a real solution, then guess what? You're going to win the hearts of people, because you are the encourager at the end of the circumstance. So that's all I wanted to say. Let me get out of here because I've already hit 10 minutes. That's my piece of wisdom for you all. Get out there and make it happen. The time has always, but even more so, right at this moment is now. All right. Bye.